What about the zeros and the ones?
You know, Jeff, out of all the games we played over all the years, like all, you know, Pathfinder, D&D 3.5, I find it very funny that the very first time we ever encounter an actual dragon is in the Star Wars game.
Oh, look at all the muted laughter because I yelled at them last session to mute up. Well, let me tell you this, Mr. Witt. I have a response to that. In all the games we've played, all that variety, all that fantasy, when have you ever reached 7th level under me?
Yeah, I know.
When have you ever let us reach? Real question.
Because we would start something, we'd play a couple, and then, you know, the next movie or something would come along, and everyone got excited. Or, you know, something would happen. Anyway. Let us continue. Right to a battle board. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Star Wars Saga Edition, the Dawn of Defiance campaign. This system is like, what, 10 years old? Doug? 10 years old?
Yeah, 2006. So,
now, 15.
If you're new to the podcasting world and want to learn a little Saga on the side, but don't want to read all the books, we, Doug, myself, Aiden, and one of us for the rest of you, highly recommend the Dark Times podcast. Sam and Steve are so much fun to listen to. They take fan mail, they're digging. They had a contest, and they did this bounty thing, like send us a bounty on a droid. And they had these 3 droids, and people are putting in this builds. And this one droid I love called Pax would grapple a guy and wrap him up in packing tape. And with a 25 strength, there was fuck all a character could do. And what was the one you liked, Doug? There was Weldy or
Weldy.
Yeah, Weldy's the droid.
He had reprogrammed all of his starting feats to be droid version things.
Yeah. Everyone but Doug should listen to Dark Times podcast because this guy is they talked about wealth and how broken it is. I don't want Matt getting ideas. They talked about droids the last couple episodes. I'm like, oh my god, this Doug's gonna be a relentless pain in my butt. Anyway, welcome back, guys.
That's why you added me to the show, isn't it?
What, to be the Jeff Whisperer? No, I think combat has
to
gone
be the relentless pain in your butt.
No. We're short a guy, or we're short a guy, and now they're coming back. You know, never guaranteed you 5th season. Just saying. You know, you got your art, your T-shirt. Your time could be fleeting. I don't know. Maybe you're a fan favorite already. Maybe you're more popular than me. I'm not saying. I just don't. I delete those fan mails. Anyway, getting back to combat at hand. Yes, a dragon, he says. He thinks he's facing a dragon here in the Star Wars verse. Well, if dwarves in space could do a Star Trek ripoff over GAurdian, that's a thing. I want to go deep in the unknown regions and then build a Star Trek ship with you guys, all your GAurdian guys, the dwarf and the goblin and everything, and come out here to the, you know, core worlds and have you guys explore it like dwarves in space with the whole Star Trek Bondra. You know what I mean? Like, you just assume everybody's more primitive than you, and you try to sell the Federation everyone. Well, we have the Empire. Well, maybe the Empire should join the Federation. That kind of thing. The Dwarven Union, you know, that kind of thing. I think it'd be a hit show. Anyway, guys, so much chattering, so much distracting, so much freaking rules lawyering, and people like Jay that don't get to do many episodes anymore. Been sitting waiting so patiently. Well, I'm pretty sure Merrick's done, and it's Dr. Leth's turn. Dr. Leth.
Yes, well, I would like to figure out, one, if I can recognize that giant lizardine creature.
Okay. By appearance, the most
knowledge galactic lore?
Yep.
Of 24.
The most disturbing thing about this beast is its snout. Sure, you've read the fairy tales about fire-breathing monsters. You may even have fought a dragon slug on Cupellai. But as you watch dark side lightning dance wickedly from one of the creature's mammoth nostrils to the other, you know one thing is for certain. You're in trouble because this thing appears to be a Kareth dragon. which is actually native to Almus. These things live in the desert expanses outside the lush savannas. They have gold scales with with scales that make like Durasteel blast doors look like cardboard. And this must be a small one because, you know, most of them, the adult ones, are like truly gigantic. Now I've got this thing set up, not large, 4 squares, not huge, 6 squares, but gargantuan. This thing's taken up like the 8x8. And yeah, Let's Going is kind of small. It is crazy strong, but its dexterity, as hinted at before, is really bad. It's incredibly healthy. And not a lot of book learning. However, it's as wise and as charismatic as your average person. And wisdom is what controls cunning and decision-making far more than intelligence. Now, if you put down the high-tech item that beeps, yeah, it's not smart enough to know what that is. It'll come and have a sniff and blow its head off. But as far as like, oh, with the, you know, that kind of thing, like a lot of animals run off of natural instinct cunning, which is, you know, your decisions, your intuition, such, run off of wisdom. And if they get this thing has a wisdom of 12 and a charisma of 13, if I do say so myself. The coolest thing is that it has the plates on its scales render it sensor immune. And it has surface camouflage. So you can't fly over the desert with a ship, track one of these things, and like get yourself a mounted head and a pearl or something on your wall, because they don't show up on radar and shit. Now you see one plainly in the dark in front of you with Merrick's flashlight or whatever, and he senses one with the force. But if you did like a scan, these things, you know, they come up like cloaked radio signals. Very cool. Cannot be detected by life form scanning sensors. And they're very stealthy in the desert. And they're force sensitive.
And apparently they're very stealthy in basements of ruined Jedi temples.
Yes. und they breathe lightning. Dark force lightning.
It was hiding
we're
in
all
the
gonna
closet.
die.
So whatever you're going to do before we get to my turn, Dr. Leth, you better make it good. Leth?
Well, would it be...
Sorry.
I guess the only thing I would want to know about then is if it's breathing lightning, would it be then immune to things like stun damage?
It does not have many immunities besides mind affecting. This thing has a giant vicious mind, so like going, you don't want to buy a death stick from me, is not going to work on this thing. Other than that, fair game. Oh, and
Getting
it's like its hit points, damage reduction, and threshold are like crazy high.
It can take a lot of damage, and getting through its plating will be quite difficult.
Yeah, your reflex is its best bet, which is sucky. My fortitude is crazy high. My willpower is not shabby, but I'm immune to mind affecting stuff, so the DR of like 25 and a threshold of 50. I like long walks on the beach, and I smell you, Englishman. Anyway, this knowledge is just flying into Leth's head as he kind of takes one corner of a square through his droid that's ducking to shoot through the doorway, and because I can
I'm
look
going to
up
be
half the
moving
squares.
through the droid to behind him.
Okay. Yoink.
And drawing my pistol.
Yes. Now, I believe this is one of those systems where you can... No, they don't have the base one attack. You actually have to draw as a separate move, don't you? Or do you? I can't remember. Is this a system where you can move action draw and move action move? Or as long as you have +1 base attack, you can pull your weapon whilst moving?
I think it was a move action draw. Unless there... Because I think there's quick draw as a thing.
Yeah. Which means you've burned pretty much everything you got going. Now, we had you pistol out. Like, honestly, like, I know you just did surgery, but, like, they, like, a freaking crazy horse just attacked us. Like, I'm assuming you guys are walking out with a gun in hand. So I can give you that
fair.
one. Now, if you want a swift
in which
action,
case-
change a setting to stun, because we're not automatically on stun, you know what I mean? Then, yeah, burn an action, but I'm comfortable saying your pistol in hand.
Yes, I'll switch to stun damage for now.
Okay.
And take my shot.
Through the friendlies?
I mean,
Through the doorway of coverness?
yes.
I have a plus 15. 10 for the cover door, because you're not adjacent, and 5 for the guys. That would put me up. I still haven't gone yet, so that would put me at 28 to hit me.
Do they
Cover
count as
doesn't
cover for
stack.
it?
Sorry? Sure it does. He's not adjacent to the cover, neither am I. He's shooting through
No.
cover.
You get the max cover.
Yeah, that's how the system works. Is you take the max cover bonus that you can get and apply it.
Oh, you mean the guys don't count on top of the... Sorry, right, okay.
Correct.
Got it. 23. Still want to shoot me?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, this is one shot left we're talking about. Fastest gun in the West. Now, there's an unknown regions planet we got to go to, and they're all fearing him. There's like a statue of him made in mud. Fastest draw. You know, before he was a doctor, he was Lone Star Ranger Leth. Fastest
We just
draw.
need to get him the
Unfortunately,
cowboy
this is
hat.
still not zero range, but it is still point blank. So
20 squares with a pistol,
um,
point blank. It's crazy.
unfortunately, again, that is minus 10. I clicked too fast, so that was a 5.
Okay. Sorry, no. Shoot,
That's
miss.
okay.
So
My main goal was to-
You got swift action left. Oh no, you burn. Okay, so you moved over in a position. You switch to stun. You take a shot.
Indeed, I think that we may get through stunning it faster than we would killing it.
Stun is half damage unless you actually have a stun pistol.
Yeah, but it
Well,
drops
yeah,
it down the
but-
condition track. Go that route.
Yeah, but doesn't my damage reduction
You still
absorb
have
stun
to hit
damage?
your-
Right.
You still got to hit their damage threshold for.
Yeah, the
Doesn't
damage
stun
threshold
doesn't
does-
stun automatically knock them down the condition track on
Not
successful
unless
hits.
you do
Yeah, but-
enough damage to push to damage threshold. Then you
But-
get 2 steps.
Yeah, if you equal or exceed their damage threshold, you knock them 2 down the track instead of 1.
But you do 0 if you don't hit their damage threshold.
And with my damage reduction at 25, and you're dealing out 20 points, no half damage
Damage-
10. Right.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I read somewhere about damage reduction and stun damage interactions, but maybe I'm thinking of a different system.
You're thinking of maybe droids and ion damage, which goes right through it. Anyway.
Maybe.
Now, again, that's a moot point. Like I said, that's a good point, I should say. Look this up, prove me wrong. But,
Indeed.
Dr. Leth, a fire and a miss, unfortunately, which brings us to Rahal, who orders a...
I am going to reach over and start playing with Merrick's targeting system and aid him in his next attack.
Okay. DC 10 to
That's-
give him a +2 or +1?
Yep.
+1, right?
Yeah, I think it's +1. So that's an attack roll, correct?
Yes.
I'll just throw that out there.
However, you give him a plus.
20.
You only need a 10, but it gives him a +2. Sorry, just looking at it here.
It is +2. Okay. Well,
Yep.
he got it because I rolled a nat 20.
Boys!
I wish you could transfer the crit.
Now, something
Right?
very interesting in that is you can also declare that you're suppressing the enemy. So instead of aiding Merrick, you can suppress the enemy, and you can distract or interfere with opponent, making their attacks more difficult. So you're, laying down suppressive fire, and if you hit the reflex 10, then they get a -2, which is kind of cool. Like as opposed to just helping Buddy for +2, you can also put a debuff out there. It's called suppressing the enemy. That was neat. Just throwing that in there. So. What am I looking at here? What's the matter? It's Rahal's go.
That's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's my go.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who hurt me the most? Merrick. Hello, Merrick.
No,
Yes.
was not me. BT, did you hurt Big Lizard? Bad BT.
Force lightning. is a force power. It's a dark side power. It's standard action. I shall make a use the force check against you at +10.
I don't believe it.
I got 13, you lucky bum. A 13 against your reflex.
12 18?
Okay. So I open my mouth and those nostril jumping lightning, like it's the obvious attack. It's like spits at you and like it misses. Make a use force check. Make one roll compared to your reflex. If the check exceeds the target's reflex, you guys take damage. Blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, takes half damage. Okay, so I fry the doorway. If I hit you, 8d6, down 1 from the condition track. If I miss you, the static dark side lightning is around you, arcing. You still take half damage. And if I did hit you, I can spend force points to take you an additional step down the track. That's dirty. Anyway, so on the board, even though I miss, I have area attacks too. Isn't that fun? I'm going to roll 8d6. Here's 4. Here's another 4. So half of 13 and 12 is basically 12, rounding down. You take 12 points of damage, but there's a shield generator on you, right?
Yep.
And how does shield generation energy react with dark force powers, Doug? You have permission to unmute and blab. He's so excited.
Looking up other rules for my character. I didn't hear what
The
was happening.
force power should have a descriptor as to what type of energy or type of damage it is. If it's energy,
It
or
does
if it's,
force damage.
Yeah.
So then the shield would not protect him.
Really? Not at all?
I don't think so. I think the shield specifically states it's energy damage.
Yeah, and it arcs of force energy. So it's a type of energy. So if he has a blanket shield that defends against all energy, this is technically energy.
It specifies force damage because there's a force power called negate energy, which allows you to like, you know, it's Vader blocking like the laser bolts, but it's like, you know, a lightsaber or a blaster. It's, you know, block anything that is energy weapon damage.
Including
like
Yoda holding up his hand against the force lightning. I'm looking right
That's
at it. You blast an enemy with deadly arcs of force energy.
Yeah.
I would
so
say,
it
like,
could be the thing that there is a tech equivalent.
like, I understand there's like sonic, fire, blast energy, and they're all segregated. But erring on the side of caution, I would say the shield, like, if it was some kind of other, like, blunt force or something, like, it's lightning.
Rock.
You know, it's lightning. Like, I'd give it to him. Because if I kill him and we're wrong, you know, I appreciate the honesty, but no, I'm going to give it to him. So 12 points. One target, line of sight. You know, it's force energy. Unless force is described, like, see, that's the problem, is you're turning the force into something. Remember that. You use the force for everything. You move rocks, you make lightning out of it, you make fire out of it. This great power called combustion. Don't get me started, right? So its origin is the force, but you're turning it into arcs of energy. And because
Potential energy, and you're making it another form of energy.
yeah, that's exactly what happens, right? So you're literally making, like, oh, it's lightning. No, it's just this arcs of energy. Yeah, I'll give it to him. So anyway, 12 points. What's your shield generator?
15.
Okay. Now, yes, this sets a weird precedent because our force users like Aiden may or may not be able to resist, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'd say I'm gonna have to say 18 or 15. Sorry,
15.
15. Okay, so it takes 12, and it goes down by, was it 5? Because it recycles to 10. No?
It didn't take enough damage to go
Oh,
down.
it's got to go over to cycle over. Okay.
It's got to hit 15 damage.
So it hits the bubble and the droid helps you, and yeah, you take nada. And it gets... it just hits the bubble and arcs away. Right? Huh.
there's a noticeable flinch back from Eric as he's like,
Yeah. Anyway, and then I move. Hello. Just gets right there, right up into your grill. Hello. And then we have Kimmy. was
Kimmy
placing
is going to
alter the odds on Merrick. Obviously, like that was pretty. Like not only did he deal it out, he like and the resisting. Ooh, sweet. change those odds of survival. There you go.
Can she aid Rahal in his
Aiding?
reflex?
Yeah.
No, because she can't. I don't think she's close enough to aid Merrick in his attack. But can she aid Rahal in his defense? If the thing decides to like do something that can, you know.
Actually, they don't have defense. They have skill checks, attack rolls, and suppressing, and that's it.
Who don't have defense?
I'm just reading it, and it doesn't talk about like aiding it.
You can't assist someone's defense up. You can just.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
No.
There you go.
Sure, to Obi when you listen. Yeah. Skill check, ability checks. Now, ability check, that's neat. Right? Because, like, say you're using raw wisdom to gamble, she can lean in and go, clubs. Give you a +2. You know, like, you can't take 10 on this either, but just saying, like, there are some cool
You know
things.
what? I'm actually gonna move her back. She can't. If she can't really help, she might be better off clearing a path to
now,
run.
Since you said that out loud, she can help. You can move her all the way through friendlies, and she could aid the droid.
Oh,
attacking,
right. Good call.
Doesn't have to aid you. It can aid the party.
That's
right?
true. Yeah, no, that's what I'll do.
Yeah. I wouldn't have said shit, but you're like, since she can't, excuse me, I can be helpful. I also have my hairdryer of Annihilation, Black Death, by the way, if you want to get her up there. Kimmy, hold it off. We'll be over here. Regular cast over here. Kimmy Rodriguez.
She got a 12. She
Put on
successfully aids
Put on this red shirt.
TLXS in his next attack.
There you go. Put on his red
+2.
shirt.
So
it's
I go from playing the rogue without sneak attack to playing a pseudo bard.
There you
Let's
go.
go, guys. Here's my bardic inspiration.
Oh, yeah, like, Noble is totally the bard class in this. I thought that was a
It
given.
really is.
Well, that was exciting, and we're only on round 2. TLXS, what do you want to do? Monsters, get ready. You next.
I will take a swift action to reset my weapon to single fire and shoot the guy in front of me.
Okay.
I get a +2 to this. Ugh. Not that it's going to matter. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Quack, quack.
I can do it now.
Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I could draw fire, but Merrick and I are on the door, so.
And now it's the race turn. There's only one left, and this thing moves up, reaches out to Poser, and speaking of terrible monsters, Haas.
Could help defend. Sure. Young
You woke up. You became self-aware. There's 2 of you in one head. It's amazing. Well, it's a natural thing for you as, what do they call it? Biotech, to move from integrated circuit systems into the nerve impulse, the tiny parts of the brain, and hide in there. Now you're bopping back and forth. This thing healed up. Anyway, now that the brain side has sat in Bacta and has sort of healed ailments and coming out of his coma, you're literally having this force of will with the real Haas. The Aiden Project is a title or label that was long past gone for you. So I don't know what you would call yourself now. But Haas would like his body back. And Haas would like to attack your will. So, what is Haas's will? And yes, it is possible to attack oneself. I know it sounds crazy because, wow, what if my willpower is really high? Oh yeah, but,
well, it won't be. By myself, I thought.
Chit. I think I screwed something up.
Oh no. 14.
Okay. 19. Okay. Haas gains control of his body and suppresses you. Right. Now, he has memories of everything that's happened, right? It's like he's aware, but couldn't act, right? Anyway, gets control and as he was surfacing, has memories of like the closet, the talking, the friends, but it was like he was in remote. You know, he couldn't do anything. He was like being dominated by a vampire, like that kind of thing, right? Anyway, he runs to the cockpit, and that's what he's doing. Would you like to try to regain control of said body?
Sure.
Okay. Segregating yourself into a single will into the cybernetic side of his brain. And then, since you're connected, you know, trying to re-influence the bioorganic. Because when you're both in the bioorganic, it's confusing. It's as if we are one. You know, you're kind of a Jadzia Dax kind of thing. Yeah. Kind of a Jadzia Dax thing going on there. So I was like, what? You know. So, roll me a d20, sir.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm getting them.
Okay.
So many things on my screen.
That's okay. Cybernetic implants are -1, -2 for use of force. Oh, well, I tell you with a 9, that's not going to be helpful. So we'll get back to you, but for the moment, you know, Haas gets in control and he starts frantically doing stuff, right? And he doesn't let you read his mind. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what he's going to do, what his thoughts are, but you are trying to influence his will. So we'll get back to you. Anyway, squishy gooey paste. You picked me up, you threw me against the other one, and then they both got hosed, and there's one in the corner here, and he comes at you. Poser.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, the artist formerly known as Poser. Where are these things? Down the bottom. Attacking you with a plus... Where's my slam? 9. 19. Against your will.
Miss both, actually. But yes, Mrs. Will.
Well, you don't have... It puts its hands on its wraithy hips. You don't have to rub it in, douchebag. I have a job to do. I'm just working here. It's nothing personal. Anyway, a swing and a miss from the wraith. Now it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I am actually going to delay until after Merrick.
Okay. So we'll put you at, we'll say your new initiative is 22, just to make that easier.
Perfect.
Okay. So, Merrick, with a +2 to attack if you wish to attack something, thanks to Rahal helping you with your targeting, what do you wish to do?
Again, Rahal keeps pressing on the red button. It doesn't do anything, but it puts a little light in just in like the heads-up display. This is fire, 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 fire.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good.
Okay, so, yeah, okay, have at me.
And yeah, I just auto fire the whole room twice. -10s.
Okay. Now,
right.
only TechnoAxe had a chance to up himself on the condition track. None of you guys have. You guys still holding those conditions?
Yeah, -1.
Okay. Merrick, what is your willpower? What's your will defense?
18.
18? And
18.
TLX, what is yours?
What is my will?
Will defense, yeah.
Aiden, have you kept the boost going? It's naturally a 19 plus
Yes.
the boost if the boost is going.
It should be a +2 at the current moment.
+2? I thought you were giving +5s. Oh, because of the...
Last turn I
so-
rolled poorly and gave a +2. I haven't gone yet, technically.
Right, okay. Okay.
So 21 at the moment.
Okay. Rahal,
Yes.
what is your will without bonuses, without Poser's influence?
20.
Okay. And Askaleth? What is your current?
Also 20.
Also 20? Okay.
Nobles are quite willful individuals.
Okay. I didn't think there was much point in spoiling something because it takes away from suspense, but I see a math problem here that actively would piss you guys off, and I just I've kind of missed my chance. I was holding it into the battle because you guys are affected by this condition, but because we never got around to it, I got distracted by all the rules lying or whatever. So I put it to, if you make a perception check against 15, that's wrong. You're making perception checks against your own willpower. And if Poser's juicing it, Rahal's still under. So I need another roll from Rahal, please.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is back then when you all had.
Well,
when you all
I'm
had
not in
+5.
range of him juicing it. Just FYI.
No. Back then when he gave you the
back
stat.
then. Okay.
Right. So what was your natural back then? 20.
Yeah.
And he juiced it with a 5 because of the static number 25, and you rolled a 21. Yep. So I need another one from you.
21.
Okay. So that's a fail, and I need another one from you.
Well, when I passed out, I stopped.
Natural 20 for 29.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Like as soon as you
went out, I stopped maintaining.
Well, you believed you were awake and maintaining and running around with all the room. But I will give you that technicality, because otherwise, Rahal would be at -3 down the track. But I like that gray area, Aiden, so we'll hold that. It's better than me admitting I screwed up. Well, no, think about it. He's maintaining, and he believes he is, and even though you went to a dream state, you think you're doing it, and you're conscious, which means you're still doing it. But yeah, I'll give that to you. There's a nice gray area that the body was suppressed enough, so your 21 was fine, and we're all where we are.
Thank you, Aiden.
You're welcome.
Always happy to help.
And now, thank you, Jeff, for ruling in our favor.
Now, why bother with that? Like I said, as much as this dreamscape stuff is going on is surreal, it has real dice ramifications, which I think is kind of cool. And apologies for my naivety in some of them and getting distracted by arguing with too many rules lawyers and not staying focused on the story. That's okay. We'll have to axe some of them. Probably me. Just let them run it. So apologies all around. Anyway, Merrick, you were shooting. And before the clusterfuck of perceptions came back,
first attack with all the negatives was an attack of 15.
Did you put in the -10?
Negative 11 because of my condition.
Right. Okay.
If you haven't marked on your sheet, don't add it to your adjustment. Also, you're only -8 because I'm helping you.
Right.
So when you rolled this dice and the little thing popped up going modifier, what did you put in?
-11.
Okay. You don't need to do that because, like I said, on your sheet,
right.
have you pulled yourself down the condition track?
Yes.
Okay. When you do that, it modifies all your dice rolls for you. It's not just a counter for you. It literally screws all of your dice rolls, skills, everything.
Automatically calculates.
Okay, so so your first 15 is actually +3, 2 from him, 1 from your screw up, and that actually is 18. Now that I'm up and wiggling around because I moved, my reflex drops to 11. Yay! Here I go. Yeah, you hit him anyway.
No.
But that also means the second attack, unfortunately, hits me as well. So taking full damage plus 4d12, if you please. Can't forget that extra damage because you're not really feeling any love from me. So
extra 26.
You're rolling every single one of your extra damage rolls has been very nice, sir.
2 and 5 on the first.
That wasn't great, but the 11 and 8 on the second.
Yeah. Right now, as far as damage reduction goes,
right. Sorry,
it has to be split.
No, it's fine. I can see it. It's 7, right? So 7 and 27 is 34, right? Taking the 25 out of it, 7 points gets through.
9.
It'd be 9.
34 minus 25.
Oh, I'm thinking of the 27, sorry. Okay, I guess you could track me a little. You don't have to mute up all the time. For Merrick's sake, right? For Merrick's sake. Okay, got that. Second,
You just want. Yeah.
second attack is 28 points plus 19 on top of it for 47 total.
Yeah.
Taking away the 25. This is where I'm playing. They're just going to yell it, so go ahead. Just go ahead to say it. I'm not even going to say it. Thank you.
22.
Now they can't even agree. Aha! You do need a DM for a ruling. The rule lawyers argue.
Right. Aiden is correct. I'm crap at math.
I'm crap at math. So now I have segregated rules lawyers that can only talk about certain things.
We need
That happened when you divided
Always
up the book
did.
for everybody in the very first season.
The cast system was created then.
Aiden,
Yeah.
you focus on force stuff. Matt,
Yeah,
you focus
yeah.
on combat.
You were meddling in before you were a cast member. Look at you go.
It's
It's
Was.
true. No, but it was appreciated, and it is still now. It's just, I'm just concerned that I got everyone talking, and it's like we're just burning time, right? So sorry, what was that got through? 22?
Yes.
Oh, well, now we're starting to do some notable damage, dropping me out of 3 digits and taking a sizable chunk as this onslaught of E-Whip, because it is a E-Whip. Like, this is like,
Oh yeah.
I still love Aliens where they had the braces and they have the big side swivel kind of thing. He pulls around, just goes right, and then you've almost got like he goes into double attack mode. So like BD like puts on welding goggles and digs right into the generator and hangs on for dear life, trying to stabilize shit. Just goes in there.
The generator just like glows red as it's working overtime as Merrick just like pushes it to the 9s.
Would that cone not hit that specter now that's in front of?
Oh yeah, 100%. And
I thought we were. Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Conan.
it's 6554. Yeah,
Right.
from
Right. So now I give
it's
it. I give this little dude lots of massive cover. I don't know if bigger creatures give bigger cover.
I
Do they?
think they do if it's a big enough size, which this would be.
Gargantuan, like it gives a plus 10, right? So your attack of the first is 5, but it's still in the cone, so he only takes half damage. But because it's from cover, just like the poser rule, I take none. Right? And the same thing. So yeah, this thing's so big, I think it completely gives cover to that thing. Because it takes 2 halves damage, and because of the cover rule that we barfed up earlier. So, but I'm glad he mentioned it, because I completely forgot about the cone thing you were doing. Yeah, nice.
worries.
Anything else, sir?
That is all.
Okay, young Jedi leaps back into action on the turn track. Doc, get ready,
Yeah.
Dr. Leth. You are next. And what do you want to do, young Jedi?
So first thing I'm going to do is, as a standard action, I'm going to force grip this specter in front of me.
Okay. And that's a
Or at least
fortitude.
attempt to. Yes, it is fortitude.
Fortitude 13.
Ooh, 32.
13, because I know this one has plus 10 plus what, right? There's better.
Right.
Is this, yeah. Better damage depending on the.
Okay, so it will take 6 points of damage and only be able to take a single swift action next turn. So 20 points of damage.
Nice. Still
Very
there,
nice.
but yeah, well done. And here I thought you guys would this thing would just wipe the floor with you.
And then swift action, I will continue to maintain Inspire. So I'll reroll that. Ooh, that is a 28. So that should give everyone a +5 to their will defense.
And by everyone, you mean TLXS.
Everyone
It's the only
within
one.
range, yes, which I believe is still TLXS because the specter's in front of me. And then my move action, I will spend as a swift to start moving myself up the condition track. So that is one.
That's what I should have been doing with my extra actions. Duh.
And I'm
Do
completely.
they have to be consecutive?
They
They
don't
have to be
they have to be
consecutive
consecutive rounds.
Oh. No, I think it's the
But
shield
it's 3
generator.
swifts, so you can do a swift in one round, your stuff, do a swift in the next
It's
round.
the
and
I
then
think
a
it's
swift
the,
in the
I think
next
it's the
round.
shield generator that we got wrong had to be consecutive.
Yeah, shield has to be like.
We were screwing that up, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you, sir?
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Leth.
Well, I'm going to switch my pistol back from stun mode because that was a rare moment of silliness from me.
Oh, that's fine. Give it a
I am
shot.
also going to draw my fire blade as a move
Okay.
action.
Okay.
I can't reach the thing yet, but if ever the chains situation occurs, I can at least get something that's guaranteed to deal damage to it.
Okay.
And make a shot with the blaster pistol. And that's at a -10. It was correct.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is an 11 or 12, but
12?
yes, because it's point blank range.
Point blank
so extra
shot,
plus
yeah.
1.
Okay. So is the 12 after the -10 or no?
That would be after the -10.
Oh, well that hits, believe it or not, because I only have
Oh.
11. Yeah.
Okay, in which case it's 27 points of damage.
Nice. Which two get
Chip
through.
away.
Two get through, but hey, we'll
Chip away. I mean, it's 2
Yeah.
points.
And
Okay.
make it known to the front. If anyone at the front is worried about their weapons going through, take this blade. It'll go through go through his armor easily.
I'm gonna show you something. There. Does that help? This is my square.
Squares.
It is helpful, sir. It is.
Actually,
quite helpful.
I can actually make it, instead of circle, I can actually make it square, and you can literally see, like, this is me. Right? Like, it's...
That's
you know,
cool.
that is my, space and blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Sorry, Leth, all done, right? I took the damage off, I did.
Yes.
Okay. Rahal.
It's going to be a rinse and repeat, except this time I'm going to move myself with my 2 remaining actions 2
On your-
steps
on your
towards
way-
closer.
on your-
Yeah, exactly. So here's my attack aid. 14, yay, success. And then Kimmy will do the exact same thing.
Now, I think you have to make a roll. Like, it's not like you don't just do 3 and go automatically up. You do 3 and then you make a roll, just like the shield generator. And have one of you
Do
guys
3 and make a roll for moving yourself up the condition track.
I believe it's not just automatic.
Oh,
I'm
Check it
not,
out.
I'm not sure, but I'd like you to look into it when you get to your 3rd roll. And that's you, sir?
yes, sir. That's Rahal and Kimmy.
Okay, so Rahal tries to give a +2 to Merrick. Succeeds. Kimmy gives a +2 to attacking TXF if he wishes to do so. That's also a success.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now it's my turn. All right. Well, round 1, because we're only in round 2. Round 1, I breathe Force Lightning. And it does not seem effective. So I move up, and I 2 claws and bite. Okay. And you're doing all the damage, Merrick, so you're my new friend. I'm going to
We've always been friends.
use the master dice here instead of rolling in my little thing here to let you see the gravity of of the fight.
This will make good story. As I go to grapple.
Natural 1 misses.
I kick him in the nuts.
1d20 plus 18 is 36 to hit your reflex with my second claw.
Ow.
Yes.
That's a miss.
Condition track doesn't take a roll, by the way, Jeff.
It doesn't? Okay.
No roll.
I know the shields did, so maybe that was the compromise. Now, this thing is multi-attacking. Does it take the penalties? Or because it's a monster, it doesn't have to worry?
It's listed. Just take straight up what's listed in, because
Okay.
it will have already calculated that in.
All right. Shitty for you. Okay, so it hits you with 1 claw, and then it bites you for 24. And because I bite you, or because I hit you with a claw, I have an option to pin. Or I can eat you. Now, it talks about eating you in the aftermath, but not like in the feats, or like there's no swallow whole or whatever. It's kind of weird. Now, if I have the pin, I'm assuming that an attack is an automatic grapple. No, grappling is separate. So I would have to make
make a grappling
I would have to
attack.
make a crap and then try to pin you. So no. And I'm interested in hurting you and eating you. So with 1 claw hitting you successfully, and you taking 2d6 plus 16 points of damage from the first claw, for a total of 22 points, if you please. Merrick, does that hit your threshold?
I have a shield.
Oh, that's true. 22 points of damage.
Minus
I
15.
have a SR 10.
Right.
but
Oh wait, no,
mine's
sorry, not mine. There's yeah,
Mine's first.
Okay, so
TLs.
you
is
can't
before.
stack multiple shields. It's
That's
like
No,
it's like
so
cover.
So TLs is first.
Mine's in place and it's the highest. So
Right.
that's,
Yeah. I was just saying, like,
That's
you can't
within that.
stack the shields. It
Yeah.
just goes with the better, Ryan.
Yeah.
So you guys might be better having TX move a shield to somebody else.
No. His was overlapped. It's
Okay. So yours is 15 for Doug and 10 for Ryan, just so we know for the future.
Mhm.
Okay. So 22 points, absorbing 15. You take 7,
mine drops to 10.
and yours drops to 10. And then it bites you for the same damage, actually. And you take 23. So you take 8. So total of 15 today, this round, Ryan.
13.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
it's
right.
only a
Sorry,
10.
right. Sorry. Right.
At that one.
yeah.
And Merrick's drops. Shield rating now drops. by
Yeah,
5.
down to 5.
Right. So that's actually more than 15 total. That would be 7 on the first, because 15 is the difference,
Mhm.
and then 13 on the second. So it's a total of 20 from 2 hits. Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so it claws you, it bites you, and I think I'm pretty happy here. Which brings us to Kimmy.
I've already done all her rolls and stuff. She's moving herself up 2 steps towards the
Yep.
condition thing, and she's aiding
Right.
TLXS in his attack.
Which brings us to round 3. So now we have TLXS actually doing his thing, and the monsters are on deck. TLXS, what do you want to do?
I'm going to attack with my rifle. And I roll a 28 plus 2 equals a 30.
Nice.
But I only do 23 points of damage, so that's not going to.
Ping, 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 ping. Sorry.
But I will draw fire this round.
Draw fire?
That's correct. That's my.
Is that
draw
is
aggro.
that a mind affecting effect?
It is not.
It is.
I did it on the creature, the Coatls outside, because they doesn't say anything about language or communication.
No, but you're convincing my brain to hate you. Like, look up the
Right.
actual power. It's classified as mind affecting, is it not?
It is not, but I'll grab it real quick. There it is.
What's the name of it?
Draw fire. I have it. You can distract opponents and convince them that you are the most tempting and dangerous target in the area. As a swift action, make a persuasion check and compare it to the will defense of all opponents in line of sight. If the check exceeds the will defense, the opponent cannot attack any character within 6 squares of you until the start of your next turn, as long as you do not have cover against that opponent.
My will defense, my brain.
Mm-hmm.
But why does half of this stuff say mind affecting and half of it doesn't? That's what pisses me off.
There are certain force powers that are specifically tagged with mind affecting. There are some effects that are labeled mind affecting, will show up in a tag.
If it is mind affecting, it'll have it labeled for sure.
For example, Jeff, I can't use Mind Shard, the force power, and I can't use my Adept Negotiator talent.
I understand the definition. What I'm wondering is, in the rules, why do they not automatically say this is a mind affecting? Like, it's obviously attacking your will defense, so it's me brain. So I would say, yeah, it's mind affecting. But then they go out of their way to specifically label certain powers. And so, like, is there any talent? Like, is there anything outside of force powers that's actually labeled as a mind affecting? Anything at all?
There are some.
Negotiator.
I'm not talking about talents that affect force powers. I'm talking about talents that affect skills or attacks.
Adept Negotiator is a persuasion check against will defense, and it is labeled at the very last sentence, this is a mind affecting effect.
Droids have the same immunity to mind affecting effects, so
But you can pull droids.
very near. This would draw droids if I beat their will defense.
Yeah. I'll give it to you. Like I said, that's maybe why they put that in there, because like you have the droids, a lot of droids are like, oh, we're immune to mind affecting stuff, but unless they tag it as mind affecting, like something that makes you care, I guess. You know what I mean?
That said, my persuasion check was a 12, so
No, but it is something we do need to clear up. So sorry to stall the game even further, but anyway, we'll put a pin in that. Anyway, he tries to draw fire, and you're not convincingly,
I'm not very convincing.
Not very
I think
convincing.
it's setting off an animal's like sixth sense, like when an animal's like, notices that something
but
is.
not all animals are immune to mind affecting. This is not an animal. This is a beast. This is a thinking creature. Like, this thing has dreams, feelings, an art class. You don't know me.
Art class.
It has an interpretive dance.
But what I'm meaning is that, like, that sixth sense is your will defense. I think it's not necessarily an active mind thing.
Yeah, although no, it covers you. It's also bolstered by your charisma, and like, no, I get it. Like, you don't have to explain the concept. I'm thinking about the editing and what they're trying to portray. Like in the that's what's throwing me off. Not the concept, and it's just anyway. So yeah, for now, like I said, unless somebody can find something that's really definitive, we'll give it to you. And it is pro party. Again, like, I want to kill you fair and square.
Yeah, and also, we discussed this in chat the other day. Because he failed, he can't do it again.
Right.
For 24 hours.
Right.
For 24 hours.
Yeah.
Having said that, if I knew if I was within 6, I might be willing to spend a force point.
Knew you were within 6 of what?
Beating his will defense. With my 12 plus 6, 18.
The crickets have spoken.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to do it.
Dude, if I pull force points from you and you're not like a Jedi, that's just mean. if you have like no chance, like, that's for sewers and drowning Jedi and sludge, and it's not for you.
All right.
No, I am aware of the number difference, and I'm looking at it, and it's like my willpower's 19. It's like, oh no, not good enough. And honestly, if you could get it by 1, you know what I mean? Like, even that's mean. Like a natural 6. Like, I usually pop up and go, "Are you sure you don't want to, like, force point?" And they're like, "Yeah," but like when it's within 3, like you're 50-50. That's when I usually go, "Are you sure you don't want? Your name's not Aiden. I'm not just fucking with you. Are you sure, right? You don't want to force point, like, the better your odds. I don't think you guys have noticed this, but the better your odds in that D6, the more insistent I become. But I don't know if you guys have ever noticed it. Listen back to some of the episodes. It's just like, If you need to roll a
It's
natural
much
6
more
to pull this,
tempting.
I'm like, force point? If you guys need like a 1 or 2 or 3, I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure?
A 2d6 makes it more tempting, though, even if you do need a
Yeah.
6, because you're like,
that's
I can do it. I can do it.
So it takes it from like a like whatever
That's
18% chance.
I have been
almost 30.
rethinking my DMing style lately. I'll give you that. Anyway, is that everything from TechnoAxe?
I got one more swift action that I'd like to boost my shield back up to 15.
Sure. Pretty sure Jade's got a Saturday to get back to, and poor guy's just sitting there. I was razzing him about missing 2 sessions. He's like, I showed up for this. Stun, shit, switch. Shit. Okay. All done? Okay. The bad guys. Okay. Poser. A swing. An 18 plus 9 is a 27.
Ooh, yes.
And a
That-
2d.
Oh, wait. It failed against force grip. It can only take a swift action.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Glad I remembered that.
What else can I do? I got to be able to do something.
Stare menacingly.
Since you're holding me together with magic, I don't even think I can like wiggle out of this shit. So nope, I stay here and I regret my incorporeal life. Which brings us to Merrick. Jedi, you're on deck. Merrick,
Ah. Okay.
let's talk about ammo.
Us? Don't
Hey.
need to.
A pistol. Oh, hang on. This is a relevant question. A pistol.
Okay.
A pistol
Yes.
e-clip gives you 50 shots. If it's a heavy blaster, it's 25, and I'm assuming a rifle is also 25. A generator, right, generates power, and you can just go all day with your e-web, right?
Or less.
Well, what's the less? What is a generator?
Well,
need?
a city has a finite consumption point, does it not?
Okay, so what's the finite consumption point of your generator? Like, does this thing have like, is it like 100 hours like our droid, or like,
By the time I've taken down the 4th AT-AT walker, we'll talk about this.
Okay. I think he's in character hinting for me to get on with it. Okay, so what do you want to do, Merrick?
Well, get more of the energy that is inside this generator out
Okay.
and inside this dragon.
Right. Switch to overload. BD's on it.
Local power supply man coming.
Yeah, I figured
Prepare to receive energy.
And BD's like, tick, 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 tick.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Trust me, every time we mention BD, I've got the Astro Droid sound effects. So he's
Yeah.
like talking with you. Anyway, right. You want him switched to overload? Right, boss?
And remember,
Huh?
it's 8.
What?
His negative because he's still being assisted.
Yeah, being assisted. Prime targets. Prime
Oh,
target.
oh,
You get a
okay.
bonus to hit your prime target.
I
as
do,
well?
I got +2.
So that would stack on that as well.
I would. And he's primarily the only one.
Well, you're smashing me with 11 way back since we screwed up, so it's okay. Like, it's overkill at this point, man. I'm pretty sure you're hitting it.
we're just talking this through, so we're making sure.
Okay. So, anyway, Matt's going right over top of BD. You said you want to get more energy out. BD is asking you, right, I will overload your generator.
As part of the normal.
Can you push the generator? Can you actually, like,
Overclock
your gun?
In a thematic example, I'm sure we could. But this is not that time.
Okay. When will be my time to shine, Master? I want to overclock your generator and take this thing down quickly because the DM's feeling generous.
When do I get my not a moon? That's not a space station.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's no moon. That's a space station. That's no space station. That's a Merrick.
Now, I'm gonna remember you said that because you don't get that particular moment, but there is a moment very similar where you're gonna get that, Merrick. So, remember you asked for it.
Will do.
So, what do you want to do?
Just unload.
Okay.
Full auto fire.
Okay. So while he's rolling, spraying, and praying, and we know the Jedi is pretty much safe, and we're gonna vape.
He's 95.5% safe.
Okay.
That's good, right?
Let's
Safe
hear
enough.
Let's hear about the Jedi's next potential action while you're rolling your dice there, Merrick.
Yeah.
Move this along.
I'm going to continue both force powers that I have going. So force grip the dude,
Okay.
the spectre in front of me.
Reroll.
That is a 30.
Would you like to use a force point?
No, I'm good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I
All
could
right.
actually do force point to do more damage.
All right.
Oh,
Declaring burst fire before I roll any dice.
I thought you had a double thing already going.
Well, this just I lose the hit on miss,
I'm
but I
sorry.
get more damage.
Okay, so you're. Let's hear your actual attack roll first.
All right. Yeah. So -8, right, Matt?
No,
Sir.
you just roll. We'll pop up and
Yeah.
we'll walk you through it.
No, -6 because of your prime target.
Yeah. All right. First roll out. 18.
Yep. Hit. Does 34.
Does 34, and then prime target is 2, and then burst fires is another 2 on top of that. So it's another 40-12.
Okay. So what's the 66 you rolled that you declared?
A burst fire.
So which one am I
So
using?
it's not an AoE attack anymore. It's a single target attack.
The 66 was Aiden rolling his damage from force grip.
Yes. Sorry. The
Oh,
6
oh,
was
okay,
me.
okay. I see now. Okay, sorry. So 34 points.
And then an extra 30 on top of that.
I thought you get 4 dice instead of 2.
Because he changed to burst fire. So
Which
he's
makes it a single entity attack as opposed to an AoE attack.
Right, and the other 2 dice come from the fact that you don't like him.
prime target.
Prime target.
Okay, cool.
2 and 2.
So 64 points of damage, all in a single hit.
Yeah.
Someone's finding a way around our DR because it dealt 2 hits, cut in half twice with 25. Oh, Ryan's not as sleepy as he sounds, ladies and gentlemen. 64 points of damage. Ow.
And that's the first attack.
Yeah.
I thought force powers were strong.
You know, the power of bluster is mightier than any hocus pocus.
Can you stack all these abilities? You're doing a double attack while on a single target while burst firing, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take penalties for it, and as long as you have
Yep.
the feat and talents, you minimize those penalties.
And teamwork to back you up.
You,
Yeah,
don't
that's true.
you
Work.
don't
It-
get
that
the
helps a
plus
bunch.
to aid another on your second attack. It's only on the very next attack. So
Oh,
All
gee,
right. All right. So
gee, thanks, Doug.
All right.
I feel so much better.
Hey,
He's
you
just
asked me to be
wiping
your
the
Now you're
floor.
minus
no,
8.
that's solid.
He's
No,
like-
all right.
He
It
just
could help. It could help. He is close to the edge with his minuses. Oh, no.
19 hit.
Uh-huh.
All right. And that's 33 damage plus an additional 40.
Sorry, what did you say was the ability that allows you to shoot twice?
Double attack.
Damn.
4.
Full round action, double attack. You just changed from auto fire to burst fire.
And what is double attack? A feat, a talent?
Feet.
It's a feat.
Right. And then he has a mod on his gun that lets him go from auto fire to burst fire, or again, that's a
well,
talent.
it is an
That's a-
auto
that's a
fire,
feat
so
as
he
well.
didn't actually have to switch the weapon, so he didn't have to burn a swift to do it. It is part of an auto fire attack.
Yeah, but instead of spraying an
auto.
area, he's just focusing on one guy,
Right.
which changes the right. So that's that, and then the fact that he has this "I don't like you" is the extra set of dice. Well, you know what I have to say to all that? Talk to the X.
No way! Yeah!
Talk to the
Such a good DPS.
talk to the X.
Also, for the listening audience and everyone else who wants to know, prior to damage reduction, I was 137 damage in a singular round.
Nice.
I think we just need to like mark that somewhere for the future in case we ever get around to topping it.
High score. Ryan's got the high score.
So his total damage in 2 shots. So he had 64 in the first, right?
Yep.
73 in the second.
73 in the second, right? Okay.
So 137.
So 64, you take the 25 off, leaves him with basically 39.
87 points of damage.
No. We got to go by. It's 2 shots. So you got to break it down.
Well, you can just take 50 off
Mine
the
is
total.
50. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. There's a reason I'm doing this. Walking you through this, guy.
Okay.
Stop jumping to the end. Okay. You're ruining my dramatic
Did we
moment.
surpass his threshold?
Daddy's talking. Everyone, shut the fuck up.
No, my threshold's 50, and my damage reduction always caps that on you. So, but 64 points, you take 25 off. That leaves you with like 39, right? I want to say. Big pause.
Yep.
29.
Right, so 29 in the first attack, right? Nowhere near my threshold. And then the second attack is 73, and you take
48.
right 48. So 48 and 29 together, 87. I had 71 hit points at the top before he started shooting at me. So I'm not saying it's barely, but he still, like, this was not an overkill. Like, he just got it, you know. It's not one of those, oh my god, yeah, so easy. Like, you guys barely took this thing down, but it's thanks to Ryan. Because otherwise this thing would have drawn out for, like, so how many extra rounds would this thing gone up?
Oh, so long, because half the time, regular.
And
I'm glad we built you a tank, Ryan. I'm very glad we spent all that money on you. And now I want to spend more to see how much better we can make you. We might
he's a $6 million credit dollar man. Then we go to Poser, who I've got 1 hit point left, and he 26s me and just crushes this thing out of existence. And he's so happy, and then all of a sudden the big dragon just kind of flops on his side and fades away.
Wait, what?
There's no body. This thing just literally, like when you killed the race, how they faded, this dragon literally fades away, like it too was only quasi-real. All the damage it did to the room, remember I talked about the wall breaking and the stepping on some furniture, all rights itself. And if I did manage to eat you, we would have found you lying in the middle of the floor going... with the one little dagger trying to cut his way out, right?
That's good stuff.
And we will see you all next time. Merrick.
Impressive.
Oh yeah, we should all spin swift actions before we end the episode to go back up the track to...
Oh, that's a good idea. Call.
Oh, I thought you were going to say everyone should send a swift action to pat Merrick on the back.
Well, that too. Sure. That too.
It's like a whole montage.
I'll take a full round action for that.
It's a whole reach around
but
solo.
It was a team effort.
Yeah.
I've already been patting his back the whole time. Get him, buddy. Get him. Get him, buddy.
The joystick.
So yeah, it just, that actually is a very impressive combination. I am wondering about it though.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
For the next creature. The next creature's begging you to wonder more.
Next time. So double attack. Choose a single exotic weapon or weapon group with which you're proficient. When you use the full attack action, you may make 1 additional attack when wielding such a weapon. And then when you go over to auto fire and burst fire, they both specifically talk about make a single attack roll at -5 penalty and compare the results to reflex. Burst fire also says
can't do that
as a single attack action against a single target.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
it also doesn't
discreet.
stack with. It also specifically says it doesn't stack with Deadeye or Rapid Shot feats.
But it doesn't say it doesn't stack with double attack?
No, but if it doesn't stack with rapid shot,
it's not going to say make multiple attack rolls for just when it's describing a single attack.
No, but it literally just said it, like rapid shot is a multi-attack.
Rapid shot.
And it also says like how do I do auto fire? No, but they're talking about burning up the time. Like auto fire is 6 seconds, I'm done. So yeah, there might be we might be accidentally stacking this illegally.
It does, although when I go to rapid shot is specifically described as saying you may fire 2 shots as a single attack action. So that's where it comes into like
rapid shot. So rapid shot is another version of double shot, double
the
attack.
single. Okay, so no,
so it's a way of trying to, because they don't want you to stack double attack and rapid shot together.
All right,
that's the problem. Yeah.
All right. Well, Ryan, text me the talent names and I'll look into it. But no, I think we're still safe. I think we're still safe.
Yeah, I think we're okay too.
And you guys can't get upset if
cover bases kind of thing.
Like you guys,
I don't know, man. That's so gross. Like I will say this.
The great stuff is
you were
this is
rolling
actually
extremely high on your damage,
and the monsters were low AC, like because the negative, and the aid another really helped.
Well, they had to be at a 25 DR, man.
Like every single roll
I
for
did
your damage
zero
was
damage
huge.
to it the whole combat.
Dude, this thing has 176 hit points.
So this thing is designed to be killed by Jedi. Because lightsabers ignore
DR.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had your lightsaber out, you would have been making mincemeat of them.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that too.
Or this is basically
he's got force points.
It's the one punch of lasers. The way I kind of see it, it's basically there's like, you remember the turbo button we used to have on the cheater controllers? You hit turbo and it would press A like 5 gabillion times faster than the human could do blink.
Oh, this thing is gross.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, Fortitude 30.
Yeah. And I spilled a lot of this stuff when Merrick, Merrick does the opening galactic lore move. I'm like, guys, this should be your opening move.
Oh, no, that wasn't Merrick.
No, not Merrick. Leth. Oh. Remember I was lecturing you guys in Pathfinder going, recall. Everybody should recall. And then you have a basis of knowledge. Well, there isn't a basis of knowledge in this. You just what I know galactic lore for free, but I will make you take it on your turn. So I just start with his high roll. I just start spewing all kinds of stuff, like he did reading on Elmas before we were sent here. Indigenous life. What can you go watch?
Which is something Leth would do anyway.
Oh yeah,
of course.
When's mating season? When's mating season of the dragon? Oh, can't scan them for life forms, but Fortitude of 30. Good night, everybody. We will see you next time.